So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I can speak out against this government and what they do. And you'd say, well, why don't you stand up and fight and tell the people what the government really is? You know why? Because what's more important to me is praying for my leaders and just preaching the gospel. That's more important to me because that in and of itself will cause change. You know, if I sit here and I talk about, you know, what the oppressive governments of the world do, because we know that it's Satan to begin with, okay? All I'm going to accomplish is kicking them and getting them angry. And it's like, well, then why don't you do like the Jews do and not say anything, or why don't you speak out against this, you know, this issue and that issue and the other issue? Because to me, that's not going to be as effective as preaching the gospel. Because if I preach the gospel, who knows, but God could save these public officials, save some people who will actually make some real change. Because the problem, okay, is not so much what the government does, because people are make up the government, and people are the ones that are corrupt. But those who are the saints that pray for the people, this is why it said, pray for your leaders that it go well with you. So yeah, I can rant, and I would love to. I could probably become very popular or infamous, or I might even get singled out. And you'd say, well, then you're standing up like the people from the Revolutionary War, and we should be doing that. And I'm going to say like this: I would love to do so, but that's not going to help. That's not going to help my message get out to the people to tell them about Jesus. So I did a video on it, and I told you at some point or another I may close my channel. That doesn't mean I'm not going to keep on preaching. But in my estimation, the people have been oppressed, but God has given the government to us as a protection. And you'd say, well, how are we being protected? Well, the reason probably we're not being protected is probably because the message of the gospel has been watered down. The church doesn't pray for its leaders, and they are lost. So my question to you is, yeah, I can sit here and I can rave against all the oppressions that the government does to me. Or I can speak the truth about the gospel, tell them about the love of the Lord Jesus Christ, and have their hearts changed. And I can focus my message on politics all I want, but that's not going to help. Because then you're just going to have a whole bunch of people who don't pray for their leaders, who are lost anyway, and you're going to have the same type of people who got rid of the old government take over and do the same thing all over again because their hearts aren't changed. So if you want true change, then tell people the gospel and pray that God opens up ears to bring workers into the field to help. Take care. Thank you.